You ever see a guy torch a building and blame his ex for the smoke? That's basically Donald Trump with the economy. Because even Fox News now is admitting that his tariffs are ruining the economy and ruining the auto industry. And here's a $1.1 billion bomb from GM to prove it.
General Motors shares T-boned by tariffs. The stock is diving several percentage points here, 7+% after the auto giant reported a 32% slump in quarterly profits due to a $1.1 billion hit from the tariffs, which GM says will actually worsen in the current quarter.
T-boned by tariffs, and it's gonna get worse. Yeah, didn't take a genius to realize that we are gonna have to pay for the tariffs. But Trump and his folks are still trying to gaslight us.
Caroline, the president has said foreign countries and companies will eat the cost of tariffs. In his speech on Inauguration Day, he said, quote, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Right.
So then why did he have to tell the domestic automakers not to raise prices?
Well, that was a private conversation that was had. I'm not sure if that comment was made or was not made.
Oh, private conversation. Okay, so we'll never find out. We know what happened. Trump told the auto industry, don't raise prices till he passes tax break for the rich. And then he said you could sneak it up slowly. That's what he wanted to happen. But GM is telling you that they are losing a lot of money. But Donald Trump still claims that China and other people are going to pay for it.
What people don't understand is, and this is a lot, the country eats the tariff. The company eats the tariff, and it's not passed along at all.
Well, some CEOs are saying they're going to have to pass it on. So how do you deal with those CEOs?
But the company,
how do you deal with those CEOs?
China is eating the tariffs right now.
What do you say to those CEOs who are saying we might have to pass this on to the consumer?
Well, they say that because maybe it's to their advantage to say it.
Will
Maybe
you punish them?
No, because you know what? I want them to build plants in the United States. That way they don't have any tariffs.
Oh, so China's going to eat the tariffs. They'll pay for the tariffs the same way Mexico paid for the wall. Speaking of walls, Walmart is over here raising prices over 50%. So the only thing China is eating is popcorn while they watch our economy take a faceplant.
CNBC has tracked the prices of 50 products across a range of categories at Walmart and found the prices on about a dozen of these items have gone up. That includes a frying pan, which is now 51% more than it cost in May. The cost of a car seat went up 50%, while some coffee's now 17% more expensive. Many of those items are manufactured in countries that face significant tariff rates.
You know what else got hiked? GM's losses, $1.1 billion. That's not the cost of doing business. That's the cost of electing a guy whose business record includes 6 bankruptcies and a failed meat company.
You can't win your argument tonight at 4:30. I'm sorry. It's already been decided by fact.
Adam, last word.
You lost.
If tariffs worked, Trump wouldn't have to gaslight the American people about who paid the tariff in the first place, and you wouldn't have to pivot to the stock market every single time we try to bring up the on-the-ground effects, the unpredictability that tariffs create. Think about the long-term effects for my generation. Can you sit here and look me in the eye and say that tariffs are not inflationary?
Are you kidding? Right now, everything's working because the market...
Oh, bring up the market one more time. Pivot right
Kevin.
back.
The market is the American
But Kevin,
economy.
it was a super simple question.
Which
are
is?
Tariffs inflationary or not?
Not yet, there haven't been.
I know, but are they inflationary?
2.7%. Data from June shows that prices have gone up. There's a little bit of inflation, which informed Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve.
Eggs are down 33%.
Let me finish my point. It informed Jerome Powell's decision to hold off on cutting interest rates. Exactly. People are unable to buy homes because mortgages are far more expensive.
You guys hate numbers.
So easy to break these guys' stupid arguments. Adam Mockler telling Kevin O'Leary, if the tariffs were working, why does Trump have to keep gaslighting the American people? Because they're not working. The tariffs aren't working. We know Trump is taco. Trump always chickens out. And we know that this was a horrible idea from the start. Why did Trump want to impose tariffs? Because he kept saying it was patriotic. He was going to make other countries pay. You wouldn't have to pay. Don't worry about it. Other countries, American companies won't pay. Other countries will pay. We won't pay. Other countries will pay. And he quickly realized that that's not the case. It's just not logical. Why would a country that's being tariffed not pass the price on to the buyers in America? And then why wouldn't the buyers just pass the price on to the consumers? It just makes economic sense. If there were rules and regulations that disallowed them from doing that, maybe we'd have something. But there's no rules on regulation. They can raise their prices as they want. And we're starting to see these prices be raised. We're seeing industries be affected. We have a lot of industries on hold because they don't know what to do because they're like, are the tariffs on? Are they off? How much are they? What are they going to be? So we're seeing more and more testimonials of companies suffering because of these stupid tariffs that Donald Trump imposed on Liberation Day, simply because he wanted to tell his base, look, I'm going to have other money coming in from these tariffs, and therefore, when I pass that big tax break for the billionaires, you should support it on the big, beautiful bill. Don't worry about it. You should support it because I'm going to have money coming in here so that the tax breaks here, we've kind of earned them, right? Oh, and also I'm going to have a guy, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. He's going to come in and he's just going to cut half of government, just things that we need, FAA, weather, nuclear, anything, things that we need, USAID. He's going to cut all this stuff to save us some money. Like he's going to probably save us $2 trillion. And then these tax breaks that we're going to get are going to pay for themselves. None of that happened. None of that happened. Elon was able to save, I don't know, a few $1 billion. The big, beautiful bill, we're being told, is going to cost us trillions of dollars. It's going to ruin our children's future because they're going to be paying this off. The national debt is going to go higher and higher. And who benefits? Billionaires. Who benefited from the tariffs? Remember day one? The tariffs were announced. Stock market tanked. Over there, Kevin O'Leary likes to talk about the stock market taking off again. Stock market tanked the day of the tariffs. And who bought stocks that day? Rich people who could afford to buy stocks at a discounted price. Suddenly, you could get Apple stock for $5. Not really, but still, you could get them for very cheap. So a lot of those people bought when it dipped, and then the stock market went back up. And we all remember that famous video of Charles Schwab in the Oval Office with Donald Trump saying, oh, look, he made a couple $2 billion off of this whole tariff thing. So who is benefiting from this? The rich. That's who's benefiting. And who's paying for it? We are. And if you want proof, talk to GM. They're telling you that these tariffs are costing them money because Donald Trump said, don't raise your prices. So for a while, perhaps they're going to try and keep these prices down, but their expenses and costs are going up. Their costs are going up. So pretty soon they're going to pass those prices, those expenses down to the consumer. And we're going to see more and more things like we saw with that Walmart video where prices of products are 50%, 17%. Little things here, little things there. You think the billionaires are going to notice? No. Elon Musk famously said when he was going to get into Doge, he says it's going to be painful for a while, but buckle up. Yeah, it's easy for a billionaire to say, oh, it's going to be painful for a little while. Just buckle up a little bit. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it. But it's not easy for somebody who's living paycheck to paycheck to go into Walmart and see that the cost of their coffee has gone up. The cost of their products they're buying has gone up. And it's going to continue to go because these tariffs are going to have the cost passed on to us. And then at one point you saw Donald Trump saying in that interview of his that if they start building the products here, these companies, American companies, then they won't have to pay. They won't have to pay tariffs when they import the products. Well, then that just goes counter to his whole idea that we're going to raise money by having tariffs. What that says is that all of a sudden he wants to bring industry back to America, so there's no tariffs, so there's no money coming in from tariffs. So which one is it? Are we going to make money from tariffs, or are we going to have industry come back to America? And by the way, industry coming back to America, some of these industries, is not like an overnight thing. It takes a while. Once again, famously, we saw somebody pointing out that for Apple to try to bring their plants into the United States is years and years, tons of money, and ultimately robots are going to do all the work. So here we are trying to deal with these tariffs. We don't know if they're on, they're off. He started to make a few deals here and there. Nobody knows. He said he's going to make 90 deals in 90 days. I believe he made one kind of a deal with England in 90 days. And now he's starting to make some other deals with some other places. He's even gone to China and said China can now buy chips from NVIDIA again because he's trying to negotiate with China. Because China said when we impose those tariffs on China, China was like, oh, well, then some of these resources that we provide to you for you to build a lot of stuff in your industries, the metals, we're not going to sell those to you. And he goes, oh, okay, well, let's make a deal. Why don't we let you buy NVIDIA chips again, and let's try and get those precious metals to come to America. So he tried to be the big bully on the playground, and he realized there's a lot of tough guys on the playground, namely China and many other countries. The Europeans have started to make deals on the side for themselves. The other countries are now coming together and realizing they can't count on America. Canada realized they can't count on America. Mexico, our partners, trade partners. He's just messing it all up, messing everything up. And he's messing up the economy even more by deporting people who are working hard in America. That's going to affect the economy as well. Watch as your prices of strawberries start going up because there's no one there to pick the strawberries. Watch as your prices of your groceries go up and up and up. And I don't know if you saw that other video with one of the members of his administration saying that they want people on Medicare to start going out and picking the strawberries and doing all that work of all the people that they're deporting. It's a total mess. And the fact is, we trusted the guy with the art of the deal, who never really had an art of a deal. Donald Trump, the only way he had money was because his father gave him money at the beginning. He lost it on casinos. Who loses money on casinos? You got to be a bad business person to lose money on casinos. And then once his finances tanked, Rob Burnett, the producer of The Apprentice, came and plucked him out and said, why don't you be the host of The Apprentice? And that made him a ton of money again. And that made him seem like he's this successful businessman, which then led to him being elected. And here we are being run by a charlatan and paying for it. Literally, we are paying for it. Well, keep putting the pressure on, folks. Let your members of Congress know when they come home for their breaks. Let them know. Show up and tell them, hey, we don't like these tariffs. We don't like your big, beautiful bill that's hurting us, taking healthcare away from people who need it, taking food away from students who need it. We don't like the fact that you're cutting the Department of Education. We don't like a lot of these things that you guys are doing to ruin the economy and ruin America. He said, make America great again, and it's not happening. Guys, I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a channel right here on YouTube, @Maz Jobrani. Give it a follow and check out some of the videos. I post funny stand-up comedy videos. And if you like it, leave me a comment saying that you found me through Rebel HQ. All right, bye-bye.